fans of the show who have kept us on the air for so many years and, regularly engage with us and have supported us since the very beginning. And one of those fans who's been listening for a long time is Jeremy Collier from Milford, who joins us on the phone. How are you, Jeremy?
Morning.
And welcome to the club.
I'm even better right now with you guys calling me.
Oh, we appreciate that. Yeah, Jeremy's an interesting guy. First of all, congratulations. He was just promoted to Director of Business Operations at Core Specialty Insurance.
Ooh, that sounds fancy. Big responsibility, in charge of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
Did that come with a big fat raise?
Somewhat.
Somewhat.
Nothing too crazy, but every little bit helps.
Yeah.
Definitely more responsibility. Sometimes more responsibility than money.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a boost is a boost.
Yeah.
But he's got a really cool story here. It says here you spent over 7 years in foster care and was kicked out shortly after your 18th birthday. And so
That's
here
correct.
you were in high school doing your best to stay motivated to finish high school while working full-time and essentially being homeless.
Wow.
Yep.
Look at you. What a success story and an inspiration you are. I love that.
Thank you.
Well, and because it was a success story, it was certainly worth writing about. He used those experiences in foster care to write a memoir to share everything that he went through before, during, and after foster care and how he was able to get through every phase of his life. And, it's interesting because you point out how there are certain stigmas around foster care.
Yes.
And you're helping to sort of tear down those prejudices by showing others what you can go through and still end up somehow being a success. It's pretty inspiring.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Where can we get the book? What's the name of it? Is there a link somewhere?
Yeah, so I do have my own website, but it's also on Amazon. It's called The Foster Kid, A Success Story, which the link is, I try to get a good website, but it's just thefosterkid.com, but there's dashes in between each word.
So the-foster-kid.com?
Yes, that's
Cool.
correct.
That's awesome.
I try to continue writing a little bit on there, like a blog, basically. But I also, I wanted to kind of use my story in a positive way. And, even to this day, I'm still learning things about how foster care has kind of, impacted my life. And, as you become a parent and all that, and not having, basically having grandparents for your kids because, my family's not around. And just learning how to kind of navigate things, and that's why I wanted to. So basically, I originally published my book a long time ago, but then I updated it a couple of years ago during COVID, and because I was, like I said, I was still learning things, and I'm like, hey, these are new life lessons I can kind of talk about how to get through things and put a positive spin on the negatives in your life.
Pretty cool.
Well, and in addition to the book, Jeremy also does speaking engagements and meets with elected officials to try to give them some perspective. I know that you've actually spoken to members of Congress to give them some perspective about what needs to change and how their policies have an impact on foster youth.
That's right. Yeah, that's people don't think about the policies that they pass, even because they have a hard job. It's complicated when passing bills, but you got to think about the trickle down effect, and especially in state politics. The budgets always get scrutinized, and any kind of social program sometimes gets hit, and you don't think about who it's going to impact all the way down.
And those are often the first to get cut.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so trying to explain that to people and make them realize, we're being impacted, but we don't have a choice or a voice. So it's, how do you open people's eyes to that? Without a screaming match.
Right.
Something just like, hey, just realize who's impacted and how can we have a conversation about it rather than just
Fighting all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, and it says so much about you that you were able to persevere through all of that adversity and become the success that you are. And that's not your only success. I know that it says here you were, for the most part, pretty athletic over your lifetime, but with stress and working full time and going to college full time and some health issues, I know you gained some weight, but you were able to tackle that as well, and you lost a total of 80 pounds.
Good for you.
And
Congratulations.
has successfully kept the weight off.
Good for you. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a unique challenge, but it took some time and figuring out. Some of it was just figuring out the health issues and what was impacting me, but keeping the weight off has been the challenge. But I think just finding what kind of diet works for me without feeling like I'm on a diet really helped.
Yeah.
That's great. Good for you, man. Well, we're happy to have you. We're honored to have you in our club, our Best Friends Club.
Yeah, and at WKRQ.com, you can click the Jeff and Jen Best Friends Club, and there's a little pic of you there, and I put the link to your book if people want to check it out.
Very cool.
Thank you so much.
Hey, we're thrilled to have you in the club. It's going to be fun.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so stop by and pick up your jersey, okay?
I will.
At your convenience.
Yep, just whenever you'd like.
All right.
All right, buddy. Have a great weekend. It's a pleasure
Thank you,
talking
you
to
too.
you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Jeff.
you take care.
Bye.
This is great. Very much appreciated.
Likewise. Take it easy.
See ya.
And there he goes.
That's cool.
Newest inductee, Jeremy Collier, Milford.
That's the kind of cool thing that I think that we, never would have met him or known that about his book and how cool that is unless we would have done this best
Without
friends
the Best
thing.
Friends Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So neat. There's so many, everyone does have an interesting story.
Agreed. It is 8:43 at Cincinnati's Q102, and coming up, we're going to take a moment to get the latest in air travel and some policy changes that are taking place that you may or may not approve of. We'll start with window seats next.
Well, you've just got a little slow traffic left over southbound 75 right at the Ronald Reagan merge, and westbound on 32, an accident just west of State Route 222. That has been there for a little while and in the cleanup stages. The lane closures continue on the Western Hills Viaduct through Monday. You're down to one lane in each direction, and then that is on both decks. And then on the lower deck, the ramp to southbound 75 is still closed. Get up and go Metro to the game. Go-metro.com and learn more. I'm Denise Johnson. That's your traffic.
Ready for a demented night at the Land of Illusion Haunted